Patreon member shoutout. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions as far as the eye can see. And only one will survive, I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Godzilla took a bite out of Optimus Prime, like Scruff McGruff took a bite out of crime. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video, utility as well. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. Okay, so Omi, not too great today, down about 2%, which did outperform Bitcoin, which is down almost 4%, but it did not outperform the markets. The NASDAQ and the S&P 500 were down a little bit. I'm sorry, the Dow and the S&P 500 were down a little bit, but the NASDAQ was actually up a little bit, about almost 0.5% today. So it didn't outperform that, but again, did outperform Bitcoin. Moving on here. We'll start off with utility real quick, which just had a sneak peek. The community asked, and they answered. Their first sneak peek will be Gorilla Girls, which is the first NFT by fine artists Gorilla Girls. Utilities will include a raffle airdrop, raffle merchandise, figures to feature in utility metaverse. More utilities will be shared, and again, keep an eye on that metaverse. You know, smash that bell down below for notifications, and that's kind of what some of them might look like. If we, again, it was mentioned on the utility Discord. Link to that down below. So yesterday, after I released that last video, we did have someone named Crypto Gains, who has almost 90,000 subscribers over on YouTube, saying, "I'm buying Veve NFTs, Disney Golden Moments. Here's why." And he's buying, as you can see, Winnie the Pooh. You have the Beauty and the Beast ones, and then you have Timon and Pumbaa over there. So a couple of these are really good. Is he going to buy more inside those? I didn't watch the video. I just saw that he was buying them. I think that's really, really good for marketing, having people outside the immediate Veve community and going and making videos on it. I think is really bullish. Speaking of marketing, I had posted on Twitter before, and I will ask you guys here, since Veve has done little to no marketing, what are some things you guys think us as YouTubers, or me in general, can do to help spread the word to the world? I'm open to any and all suggestions. Whether it's Veve, Omi, I would like to focus on Veve at first, because right now we don't have any real Omi utility, but yeah, I would definitely like to focus on that. Comment down below any suggestions. Dan Schawbel hopped on the train over on Facebook saying the amount of drops, NFTs, inventory is growing at a much faster pace than the actual user base, so gems continue to be spread out and collectible floors continue to decline. Veve has inventory, technology, partners, Disney, Warner Brothers, etc., and community, so what's missing? Marketing and promotion. He goes on to say that I went to college for marketing and have led successful campaigns for the biggest companies in the world, without being able to leverage Star Wars, Marvel, and Mickey Mouse. Veve has done almost nothing to promote and market their product. As evidence, go to Google News and type in Veve. Good luck finding a mainstream article that talks about the company. Veve is a mainstream platform with globally recognized IP, yet most people don't know about it because of lack of marketing and PR. I'll give you a concrete example and strategy that Veve should be using along with their PR agency to promote their platform products with Thor Love and Thunder movie drops. You do an embargo for the announcement of the drop and then pitch it to every single journalist that's ever covered the Thor movies, saying that these NFT drops are tied to the movie in partnership with Marvel. You don't need to be the most creative person to market brands that journalists, reporters, and influencers already cover. You just need to put the effort in for the good of your company and all the collectors and Omi holders at large. A decent point was brought up by this guy named Colin Lim, saying, didn't Veve partner with Rogers & Cowan, PMK? Seems like zero effort on any marketing efforts so far. Not sure what the partnership is about. My opinion, Veve is proceeding with things too slow, but part of me feels they're being slow on purpose because they're not ready for the mass adoption. However, mass adoption means more money for Veve and its licensors, so I don't know what's stopping them. I mean, I don't think it's about the money. I think that if Veve really wanted to, they could do a funding round, and they could raise hundreds of millions of dollars. They could raise $1 billion. They could raise so much money if they wanted to. Again, I think just even raising $10 or $50 million might behoove them, so they could hire some devs. They could hire some people that could help with KYC and payout. They could help for other things with the Veveverse. But anyway, Dan Schawbel responds, I work with PR agencies regularly. The people in charge of marketing /PR at Veve are the ones who are supposedly to be managing the relationship with Rogers & Cowan, the agency, so I blame Veve, not the agency, because Veve needs to demand more from the agency. Again, I don't know how much they're waiting on saying, hey, this is what we are waiting on, and whoever's in charge of that has their hands tied around their back, or it's just not a priority for them right now. Dan Chavez says, this is the time you should be investing in marketing because there's less competition. We do have somebody named Joe Murphy saying, people might see it, but very few people are spending money relatively, so it'll get you very little return for your money. I'm not saying it would be completely worthless. I'm simply saying you could get much more bang for your buck by waiting for better market conditions. And again, Dan Chavez responds, they did know marketing and PR in 2021 as well, when there were better market conditions, and we might not have better market conditions for a year or more, so they should do nothing for another year or so. Basically him just saying that they should start now. And when asked, why is that? Why are they not promoting it? Dan Chavez answers, they don't have the people capable of executing or aren't prioritizing it. Either one. And I have to say, I do agree with Dan Chavez about this. You know, I tend to explain a lot of the stuff that they do away because of X, Y, and Z, but I think now is the time for marketing. Some things I did mention in my live stream the other day, I'll mention now. If you did not have the 2.5 hours to watch it, I'll explain some of them here. I have a comment from Michael Pavolka saying, hi Randy, I know it's a little bit off topic, but I would like to ask one simple question. Actually, I have found the 8th wonder of the world. How the heck can someone buy a thing for $60 and sell it after 15 minutes for 30% of a price? NFTs on Veve are the 8th wonder of the world. By the way, big fan. Anyone can explain to me how it's possible. Cheers. So I think a lot of this does come down to gambling, where you just have a lot of degens like myself in that just really want to try to gamble and say, you know what, the ultra rare is probably going to be worth a good amount, and the other ones probably aren't. And you do have that echo chamber coming in with a lot of other YouTubers automatically saying, oh, hey, yeah, this is going to go under retail, this is going to go under retail. As soon as one person says it, the rest of them kind of say it, and then what happens? Well, if you say something long enough, and you say it like you mean it, given enough time, people will believe it. So it's really up to the people. The people, if they wanted to, do not have to sell under retail. But it's the everyday Veve user that is going and saying, yeah, I bought this for $60, I don't mind selling it for $23, for whatever reason. Obviously, that does have to do with the collecting versus flipping mentality, and even Reverend Alex G posts on Twitter saying, I would suggest that people don't buy what they don't actually want to buy. And that was in reference to the Buzz Lightyear stuff. People who were waiting for Amazing Fantasy 15 and that were thinking that it might be in August, it might actually be in September, or later moving forward. And the reason I say that is because there was an article from D23, which is basically Disney's version of Comic-Con, saying Marvel Comics celebrating 60 years of The Amazing Spider-Man Saturday, September 10th, 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific Time, backlot stage, celebrates 60 spectacular, sensational, web-slinging years of Spider-Man from his humble debut in 1962's Amazing Fantasy number 15. That might be the day that we get it instead of August. If anything, bring this up to David Yu next month in London. Or I think, yeah, that'll be next month in London. Because we do have Korazimi saying, despite living in the UK, I managed to work out a deal with the user Mando9 to get that Veve logo card. And David said, you know we're coming to London, right? So him going to London, anyone could go and be like, hey, David, when AF15... I mean, you don't ask him that. Like, he couldn't say, even if he knew the exact schedule, which he may or may not. Obviously, he plans a lot for years out. But again, if we get it by then, show him your AF15. If we don't get him by then, be like, hey, we going to see anything at D23 regarding some drops? I was watching a stream yesterday before my stream of K Collections interviewing Callie Brooks, and they had known who Taps Trades was, but didn't know that he was a YouTuber, just part of the community. And the Gale had responded, how the times have changed when one doesn't know Taps Trades is a YouTuber. And why I bring this up is because that means anyone can start right now. And Taps is not the oldest, not the one that was the most OG, that does belong to Earth 2 Mastery. So if I can borrow a line from Power Rangers Dino Thunder, not the oldest, just the best. Gotta love Taps. Go subscribe. But again, if you're thinking about making videos, if you're thinking about promoting this somewhere, this is your sign. Do it. We need you. So I did get booked for my first acting gig. It will be in the next couple of weeks. It will be relatively close to where I am, and I will try to be wearing a Veve shirt in that. Is this going to be a movie? I don't think so. The person that is working on this, or is helping put this together, had recently just done The Staircase, which is streaming on HBO Max. And what this person does is they make little docu-series or dramas, and then they sell it to, this one's HBO Max, the next one could be Disney or Hulu or wherever. So hopefully I'll be getting Veve front and center in a scene, in a series, and hopefully people notice. In other news, good for the macro, CNBC.com says nearly 75% of retailers plan to accept cryptocurrency payment within the next 3 years. That is huge and great for the system. Great for the hobby, great for the space at large. Also in other news, probably just because of the Care Bears, but Recur Pass is now finally at retail. Repeat, the Recur Pass is finally at retail. If you're looking to get out, now's your chance. If you're saying like, hey, is this the time right before right before it takes off? That now might be an okay time to buy. I don't know. I know there's other stuff going on. This is not the only thing that Recur has. But people were talking about they're waiting for SpongeBob. And I've got something to say about that. Now, Recur does have a couple of licenses that they have said. Like they have Rugrats, and they have, what was the other one that came out? Hey Arnold. And they have a couple of really cool things. Now, what are some things that Veve might have? I think we could get SpongeBob. And why? If you take a look at who owns SpongeBob, it's the Paramount Group. And Paramount Global, who owns that? Well, if you take a look on the Google, Paramount Global, which is a mass media entertainment conglomerate, owned and operated by National Amusements, about 80% they own, and headquartered at One Astor Plaza in Midtown Manhattan, New York. It was formed on December 4th, 2019, as Viacom CBS, through the remerger of second incarnation of CBS Corporation. And for those of you that do not know, we have 3 different types of licensors for Star Trek. One of them under CBS. And if we have CBS, which owns that particular agency, which owns Paramount, which owns SpongeBob, we should have SpongeBob. Or SpongeBob should be in the door. We should have our foot in the door with them, and I think that is possible. Is it possible that they go with another group? Yeah, absolutely. But, look, I think, how are those Hey Arnold and Rugrat NFTs doing? Now, granted, how is the NFT things at large doing? NFTs in general at large are not doing so hot. But in the same breath, Recur Pass is finally going up to retail, which is good. I expect them to be successful. But if I had to put my money on, let's say, Gary V's V-Friends, or Gary V that owns a little bit of Recur, Gary V's V-Friends, like all day, like that, you do not bet against that man. You do not bet against him. Again, I think Recur, just because of their IP, is doing a very good job, and I want to see them successful. I want to see them doing many good things. But if I were any CEO of any company and I just had a small amount of knowledge, I'd be going with Veve right now. Again, right now. If they didn't mind waiting a little while. If they wanted to get stuff out right away, I would totally go with Utility, because Utility does have a good amount of partners already, but you might have to wait a little less time to come out with them. Oh, so more marketing for us. We have Go Collect going in saying the unbeatable Squirrel Girl number 1 is the latest comic to drop on Veve NFT. So here's a look at the physical stats. Do you think physical values will go up post-drop? I was able to get a common Squirrel Girl for $1.80. So right there, $1.80. It did not go up post-drop. Secret Rare is obviously much more. Also for other stuff, be advised, there is an account on Instagram called Veve Collectibles. That is not the official Instagram. The official Instagram is Veve_official. This person, I don't know who they are, but they're trying to follow people, and they're trying to make it look like they are the official Veve account. They are not. When asked about that, Alex said that it's annoying that we are we put themselves as a business and marketing account on Instagram, but they're just not verified yet. Shout out to Todd number 1031 over on the Twitter for putting this together, saying, another top Veve official hodler confirmed at crypto_INV_club. In position number 480 right now. He's taking it seriously, so be careful. You're not at top most NFTs purchased, because only have the top 500. So what he's doing is tracking the top 500 wallets. What are they doing? Are they the ones that are flooring everything at record low prices? They're not. They're the ones that are buying. Why? Because it's an amazing opportunity. Somebody listed a Marvel comic number 1 Secret Rare for $11,900, about $3,000, $4,000 below the floor. Dr. Profit scooped that right up. Absolute savage. Whales are not selling. Whales are accumulating. Whales are buying. Why sell everything just for the chance that maybe Amazing Fantasy 15 comes out this month, which it might come out September, might never come out. I don't know when it does, if it does, but if everybody's going to go for it, that price is probably going to be inflated a little bit. What's going to happen after the hype is over? Guarantee you, money goes back into Vader, goes back into Boba Fett, goes back into partner statues, go back into all the grails on the app. More good news in the macro. We have Bitcoin IST on Twitter saying, breaking news, Binance has partnered with MasterCard to launch a crypto prepaid card in Argentina. Huzzah for that. We do have Barry Silbert saying the world's largest asset manager just validated Bitcoin as an asset that belongs in institutional investor portfolios. Kathy Wood been saying that for a while. A lot of people have been saying that for a while. Just good for the space. Watcher Guru goes and reports that just in, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg has announced plans to add Coinbase and Dapper integrations to its platforms. And more on that. Blockworks announced that Instagram to expand NFT integration to 100 countries, and Meta Newsroom announces Mark Zuckerberg announced we're rolling out digital collectibles to 100 more countries. Now, more people, creators, and businesses can showcase their NFTs on Instagram. Glad that they used digital collectibles. We got some Feesh news from Brockman Blockchain saying, hey, I've updated the tournament leaderboards to carve out the abandoned matches. This caused some shifting for a few players, but the most part kept everyone that was in the top 20 within the top 20. This did bump one player out of the top 20. I evaluated their player data along with a ton of others, and they played fair, but due to OAs shifting and people, they were bumped out. I will be adding or playing additional batch of OMI out to them as if they were in the top 20 from this to make it the most fair thing possible. I reviewed players with high levels of OA and removed some of them from the pool to receive prizes, 100% OA ratio. I also looked into malicious players and found some things that were borderline suspicious, but it did not net them any prizes or even close. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and keeping them in the running, as there's a chance they only played matches at times where only certain players are on. Moves were different, real matches, so it's fine. All in all, this is a very successful tournament. The matches got better and better as they went on due to continued adjustments off feedback. I'll be sending out the top 20 or 21 prizes when I have time, and I'll be doing the random match draws likely next week and making a bigger deal out of it. Daytime to be announced. Thanks everyone who tried even one match, to all those that played. Shout out to Brock and Blockchain for the Feeshes. You can mint a Feesh down below. Moving on. I was hanging out with a couple of friends today, and we went to a collector shop, and I ran across a Dracula poster, or a Dracula collectible. And I said, hey, Universal, because, we're partnered with them, there's less than 3 months before Halloween. When can we get some of your monsters on #Veve? And they still haven't answered yet. But maybe tweet at them. Come on, Universal, what you doing, fam? Something else that I really want, Disney owns National Geographic, right? Well, there's something called Supernatural coming out on Disney Plus over on September 21st. That's when all episodes are on Disney Plus. If you think you know nature, think again. Wouldn't you want some really cool animal NFTs? I would love those, especially if they bear the National Geographic logo. Why do I love National Geographic so much? Because their Instagram has 236 million followers. Imagine one post from them saying, do you like our stuff? You want to buy some of our premium digital collectibles? Go download the Veve app. Come on, Hachio, do it, please. Some good things for collectibles in general. We do have Golden Auction saying that the Honus Wagner card sold for $2.75 million, and it was for a grade of 2, which is considered good. It does go out of 10. This Honus Wagner card is very, very special because at the time, cigarette companies were going and they were advertising cigarettes on the back of baseball cards. Honus Wagner says, no, don't want that on my card. Stop printing his card. So there's very, very limited print run for Honus Wagner. It's one of the most valuable cards ever. In collectibles, in baseball, collectibles in general. So yeah, it's... Now, again, is it super crazy popular? No, it's just super scarce, and it's super historical, and everyone in collecting really knows what it was, or knows what it is. So that's why. Again, go to a kid on the corner, like 10 years old, playing basketball. Hey, do you know who Charizard is? Yeah, absolutely. You know who Honus Wagner is? The fudge is that? But I just think that people are going and spending millions of dollars on these cards. The whales are out there. It's just a matter of them coming to Veve. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everybody, please check out @HeyDavidDon and @KingMavsForever over on Twitter. Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app. Kobe Collects and Omi Player 1 over on the YouTube. Raythax.eth domain name. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Meta Lemon, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube, at Nomad with Guitar, at Wet Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3, all on Twitter, and Fanny Carbonell FR over on the TikTok. Everyone say bye-bye, Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Meow, 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 meow. Arcanine chart. Meow, meow.